Okay, so step 2 is, now that I've kind of introduced it to him, he seems pretty relaxed. We've sent him all around and walked him around it and he's relaxed. Now step 2 is I want to make sure that I can see if he's willing to put a foot on there. So what that's going to look like is I'm going to kind of open up some space where I'm not in front of him, because I want to be able to send him over this obstacle, okay? A lot of people make the mistake of pulling their horses over an obstacle or leading them. And what happens is, and that's really, really good, but what happens is, safety-wise, if I pull him over this, and I am so impressed with Mr. Slate right now. What a pony, yes, sir. But if I pull him over this and he gets into a rush, he could end up coming over the top of me, right? And so think about, in the trailer, you're in a really tight space, you're exposing a horse to it and putting him on it for the first time. Oh my goodness, if you're like right up in their face, a lot of things could go wrong. And so I want to develop a habit of him not just coming over the top of me, but of me being able to add some pressure to him. There. What a pony. What a gentleman. So I am super impressed with Slate right now. He did such a good job. And a lot of this is, if you remember when we worked on the feet handling, we were teaching him how to pick up those feet by applying pressure to his front end here. A lot of this is going to translate to helping him have some of the tools and confidence he needs to be able to come forward and pick up those feet, as opposed to resisting when we put pressure on him. Good job, Mr. Slate. Really good. So what I'm going to do now, since he's done such a good job, is I'm actually going to back him up. Good boy. I'm going to now send him around here. And I'm going to actually make him work a little bit here. I want to see if I can get him moving here. There we go. There, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And so the idea here is, we call this direction training, where we're giving them some direction and sending them around. But my goal is to bring him back to the obstacle and give him the opportunity to stand on it and rest. Something else that you'll notice is I let him approach it however he wants. It's going to be a lot easier for him to approach it this direction, where it's nice and wide, versus the narrow end. Good. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to let him rest. So you can see how much quicker he stepped on this time for me. Very good boy. Good boy. And so a lot of folks, their horse starts making progress and they're like, let's get over that obstacle. You're doing so good. I want you to get over the whole thing. And I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm going to back him up again. Oh, now he wants to stay up there. There. And I'm going to put him back to work. And I really want to drive home the point to him that anywhere I ask him to place his feet and stand, that is such a good place to be. That is an excellent place to be. And I know he really has that if I can get this very fluid, where he's wanting. You see how he's wanting to go to the obstacle? I want him to choose to, I'm going to send him back into the trot. I want him to choose to step up on the obstacle as a refuge from this pressure of having to trot. And when he does that, I really know that he understands that this is a good place to be. Let's see if he steps up onto it. There. Good boy. He went over. That's okay. I'm going to send him back around, because I don't want him, even though that's great, he did that so calmly, so quiet, and so relaxed. I don't want him to think that getting off of the obstacle, like stepping on and then getting off of it immediately, is necessarily the goal. Right now, my goal is for him to just step up with both legs, or even if he stepped up with all four. There, good boy. Good boy. What a pony, yes sir. Yes sir, good job. I'm gonna give him a rub for that. Yeah, hey. Hey Slate. Oh my goodness. We're gonna back him up here. He says, no, I wanna stay on there. That's what I want. Where he begins to choose the same choice that I made. And that's where connection really starts, where our choices begin to align with one another. And it's not me forcing him, but just showing him like, hey, this is a good place to be, man. Here we go. We're gonna reapproach. Let's see, can we get this nice and fluid where he steps right up there? Oh my goodness, what a pony. And I tried to stop him, there we go. Good, what a pony. So that was really good. I am so impressed by this horse's mind. Some of the things that I'm seeing here. He's gonna be such a good riding horse for somebody once he's finished his training and he gets adopted out. Just the fact that he overstepped, he's like, oh, he stepped back up, he didn't freak, he didn't panic, he didn't jump, and he's just handling everything with such a maturity. I'm super, super impressed with him.